Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And today I'm just north of the town of Southport, North Carolina here at the Brunswick Town State Historic Site. And I'm going to do a quick little park activation. It's probably not going to be long. It's going to be a little iffy. You can't tell here, but a really big storm, just a pop-up storm came through here. It was intense, but not too huge. It's all really wet and it's starting to get humid again. But we're pretty lucky. It's actually pretty nice right now, but I may have to pack up really quickly. And for that reason, and because this is a state historic site, I'm going to try to get away with using the Elecraft AX1 antenna. And I've got a new accessory to try out with it, which will be kind of fun. I just got it right before I left on this trip, in fact. But yeah, so the deal is with any historic site, there's a lot of archaeology that goes on, and I just don't feel comfortable using wire antennas and things like that unless I've gotten explicit permission from the staff. Now, the staff here are incredibly kind, and they're used to amateur radio operators, and I've had a nice 30-minute conversation my wife and I have with them. So they're totally cool with me doing whatever, but I just decided to go low profile. And also, if a pop-up thunderstorm comes up on top of us, which it's a decent likelihood it will, I can pack this up so quickly, and it's not a big deal. So I've made a little place here, probably make a place for my wife to sit here too. I see a little trash that's blown over here. I'm going to pick that up before I leave, because I'm going to try to leave the site really nice and clean. But the locals that come out here and activate, and they said there's some regulars that come here all the time, because this is really kind of the closest site to Southport, and it's not very far away from Wilmington either. This is the closest site to come to, so I'm used to it. Let's see, and I think I've got, as is typical of my videos, I don't have hardly anything prepared here. So let me just get this tripod down. We'll take a look here. Let's see. Down to a good level so you'll be able to see everything as I operate. Now I'm going to use my QRP Works mounting base for my key again. I think this will work with this. Now this is the new accessory, and Mike Roberge will have to correct me if I'm wrong. I have not used this yet at all. I think that the clip is one that K6ARK designed, and I think that and maybe this, yeah, the clip and this, and then I think maybe Mike designed the legs. I'm not sure, but it's a collaborative thing. Mike just went ahead, or he sent it to me instead of me printing it and making it myself, being the kind fellow he is. So these aren't available for purchase or anything like that. It's just something he made. And I like the idea of this a lot, because it looks like this will crank down really nicely to hold the antenna in place. So let me go ahead and see how this is going to hold. It looks like it holds like this, or does it hold like this? It holds like this. Ooh, that fits really nicely. Okay, I'll loosen that up. Oh, before I do that, let me put my counterpoise down. Let's do that in advance, so I'm not doing that later. I told you I didn't have anything ready today. We're actually, I really didn't know if this was going to happen or not, because the storm we went through was pretty intimidating. Really heavy rains, but as is typical this time of year, honestly, things can come and go really quickly, because this is the time of season where we have pop-ups. And those pop-up thunderstorms are super unpredictable. They may last a long time. They may just sit there and keep generating right on top of you. And that happens too. You just never know. But I can tell you that I don't want to be in a thunderstorm when I'm out operating. There we go. I'll stick that in there like that. I need to get one of those little tiny micro banana plug things to put in there for ground. So again, using this taller leg, since I'm using these paddles, let me go ahead and hook this up. Boy, look at that. Oh, that is awesome. That is brilliant. You can't tell looking at this probably, but wow, that holds that nicely. Super pleased with this. Oh, also, I've got my thermocell going because this is very much a mosquito-y area. In fact, I don't know if it's going to stop them from getting around my feet or not. I may put this on the ground. There we go. That'll probably work everywhere around. Okay. Let's get the... Yeah, they said that they have lots of hams come out here and operate. And they said it's not a problem. You can put up whatever antenna you want to, really. But I just want to be respectful. And I had a nice talk with them, which is great. And the couple that are working here right now have actually worked at several North Carolina State Historic sites over the years. It's a wonderful site, though. It's both an early colonial site and a Civil War site. So a little bit of both, which is kind of interesting. Not a lot of sites have both aspects, both parts of history there. Okay, maybe I'll make it slightly taller. Sorry I'm fiddling around with the tripod, but I just want to get the right height here so you can see everything once I get it going. So first thing I'll do is just pull this off. I should have done this before putting on the AX1, but oh well. I'll just take this off to make this a little easier and drop it down carefully. Let's make it a little easier for me to... This has these captive nuts on here, and they're really cool. They're sometimes a little fiddly, but Steve's done a great job of making them pretty darn accessible and effective. They got little springs in them, so they kind of spring back. There we go. Look at this. And again, I'll probably eventually get a cable specifically for this that's less in the way there on with that nut. And again, Steve at QRP Works gave this to me. It's a prototype that he made. Gave this to me at Hamvention to test and give him feedback. I don't think he's going to mind me making a video with this because I'm sure this will turn into a product eventually. But so far, very impressed with it. It's got a really nice feel. Works really well with my TP3. It would work with my SP4 if my SP4 didn't have that 3M Velcro lock stuff on the bottom of it, which is really what I have on it right now. Okay, let me grab my notepad, my pencil. I did spot myself, so with any luck, maybe I can put it here. With any luck, I will be able to use the reverse beacon network. So Brunswick Town State Historic Site. Today is the 10th of July, 2024. And, oh, what is the, I'm going to have to look up the, it's like 68 something. Let's look up the, by the way, I don't know that I have enough cell phone coverage here to actually, 6834. That's it, 6834. I don't break those often, but I did just then. Okay. Let's see, and I'll put KX2 AX1. I have no clue if propagation is going to be kind to me today. No clue. I'm going to take off my hat for right now. I'm still in the shade, it looks like, as the sun starts to come out again. Oh, I'm at 10 watts. Let me move that back down. I think I used that while I was hunting yesterday in the field. Probably already published that video. When I move much, frequency-wise, even if it's just a couple of kilohertz, I'll usually retune. Sorry you can't see a lot of that screen right now on the KX2. I really need to get a circularly polarized lens for this new camera, but when you move a little bit, loaded antennas like this that have coils and are electrically shortened, you really need to probably retune every few kilohertz. Let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1600 hours right now. Looks like the weather is working in our favor for the moment, though I do see a really big cloud mass coming our way, so off in the distance. I don't hear any thunder. What I love about the AX1 setup is it's just so simple that it's easy to set up anywhere you go, and it's very, very low. Very, very low key, low profile. See if I can get enough of a signal that I can see if I'm getting spotted. Yeah, I've got 2 bars now, so maybe it will. It was 1 bar for a long time. Not seeing myself spotted here. I've done a couple of these, so I'm going to go ahead and spot myself. Add a spot. 14.061.5. We could be in the middle of a blackout for all I know right now. 6834. Okay, at least we're spotted now. Maybe the reverse beacon network will pick me up. Band is super quiet. It's a little scary. Take a picture of this. New AX1 Bipod. Really love that. Let's see how many other people are on the bands today. I have a hunch that the bands are really bad. Yeah, I got a 3 dB RBN report. May have to switch antennas to make this work. Yeah, we're having something. This is not normal. It's actually become the new normal to have really bad propagation, unfortunately. May try 17 meters. See how that works, and then I can also try 40 with this. Let's try 17 meters real quick. Make sure I've got that flipped, that little switch. Yes, I do. I'm not hearing anything there, so I'm going to hit the ATU real quick. Then we're going to tune around and see if I hear any other signals out there. Okay, I am hearing some other signals. That's a good sign. Let's see if we're being spotted again. Not spotted yet. Now we're spotted. 9 dB from the ZF9 station, which seems to always catch all the spots. I wonder what kind of ears they have there. It must be pretty impressive. They're trying. They couldn't hear me. They said, sorry, sorry. .29. This is hard for everybody right now. Not an easy day for an activation, but it's kind of funny how this works. So it didn't get like anything on 20, and then all of a sudden I got Texas, Oklahoma, and Sweden. It's the weirdest thing. All with a 4-foot antenna. So sometimes it's really like, I think you could easily say, oh, well, you're using like a really small antenna for this. Yes, that will have an impact if I put up a larger, maybe like an infed half wave or something like that. And I may do that to finish off the activation if I can't get more contacts. But you would be surprised what you can still work with one of these antennas, and it doesn't necessarily have enough impact on your DX. It has more of an impact, maybe just over, maybe you're getting 20% less contacts than you normally would or something. That's my uneducated, just field experience, I would tell you that. Because there's like these little openings, there's little stability openings where things are stable, it works really well. 17 meters is not the best footprint for me. It's good for DX. It's good for sometimes parts on the other side of the Mississippi River for me, but usually kind of further on, and there's just less people in some of the areas where my footprint is for 17 meters. 20 meters is better, 30 meters is excellent, 40 meters is excellent usually, but I'm not sure those bands are going to be doing very well today. It may just take a bit longer, and that's fine too. So N5 ILQ is actually also at a park, so that was a park to park. We may go back down to 20 meters and see if I've actually got my 40 meter extension and stuff here, so I can do 40 meters on here too. That may work surprisingly well. There's other people on 17 meters, you can tell that. .4. Awfully quiet for this. Move away from his frequency for a second, get a quick tune. Ooh, that's taking a while. Where were you? It's awfully weak to try. You see it's raising up a little bit. Maybe if we get serious contact really quickly, I can get him. Faded away on me. Okay, let's try 89. I did. Yes, I can get them, I bet. Oh no, that's N5L ILQ. Never mind. Let's go to the 20 meter band again and do a little hunting. Let's see here. So I'll tune where I was, and I should be fairly close. Actually, that didn't get a good match, did it? Am I doing something wrong here? Oh, I forgot to switch my switch down. There we go. There's a switch here for 20 meters. There we go. There's somebody on 60.7, 80YM. Don't know if I can hear them. Oh, that was last heard 14 minutes ago. Today's not a good day for this. It's always a good day for POTA, though. What am I saying? Let's see, 52, South Dakota. Get my phone away from here. It's making all the pops and buzzes and things you're hearing. 4.5. Anybody there? Yeah, this is not boding well for... Oh, 52.5. Oh, good. This is WB0 RLJ. He's very avid activator. Gosh, listen to his signal. I may park up next to him. Jim's a great guy. Avid POTA activator. Operator activator. A lot of other people trying to call them right now. Move off frequency here, do a quick tune. I move far enough, that makes a big difference. And I'm moving up, I'm moving low off frequency. Yep. we'll try him for a little while, and then we'll move off and do, I may just go off and call CQ a bit and then come back to him. KJ5 call, he was calling back. Hunting QRP style is all about a little patience and a little trickery, moving a little off frequency. All varies. I'll move it down a little bit this time and see if he hears it. And I've got my filter set really wide here. Okay, we may move off frequency a little bit. He's got some strong signals coming after him right now, so it's encouraging though. Yeah, I'm gonna move on. I'll move next door to him, 1 kilohertz away. Okay, we'll go for this now. I'll respot myself. 14053.5. I'll come back for you, Jim. I'll come back for you, buddy. He had a lot of callers. Again, I'm going to try to take a picture of the... This AX1 holder is excellent. I really love this. Thank you, Mike. And my spot didn't take. Oh, MM0RGM was trying to reach me at on 17 meters. I wish I would have. He said significant QRM 140535. For some reason my spot didn't take. Sometimes I just can't key right. Man, I tell you what. We're going to trade antennas. That is what we're going to do. We're going to change antennas out here. Let me see what I brought with me here real quick. In my magic bag. Look at my torn up jeans. These are kind of like my work jeans that are sprayed with permethrin, so they keep everything off, but it also means they're not ones I'd necessarily go out in public with. So what I'm going to do is use this 20 meter infrared half wave. This is a pretty short antenna. It looks like 17 meters. Actually, it's not super bad. And we'll give this a go, and we'll see. Now, I'm not going to put on my wireless mic for this, because I want to do this kind of quickly. Let's find a branch here. That would about work. It's a little too close, though. I think I'll use this pine right here and shoot something up in that pine. Maybe. I don't know, maybe that's not the best idea. If nobody was coming over here, this would work beautifully. And that's kind of a dead branch right there too. So, let's see. It's hard to see in this area what might work best. I don't want to shoot something directly at my radio. But I don't see anybody else coming out right now for lunch or anything. So I think I may go for that branch right there. Okay, I'm just going to set this up here. Hopefully you can watch this as I either make or break this shot. It's actually not exactly what I was hoping for, but I think it's going to work fine. I love you, AX1, but sometimes you feel like you need to go ahead and pull out a bigger gun antenna. And by that I mean a small portable antenna. This is just a 20 meter infrared half wave. And what I'll do here is set this up. So just pull it straight up in the tree. There we go. Sure how much of that you could see in my makeshift kind of low quality camera shot there, but here we go. Toss my feed line out here. There's yellow jackets. Look like yellow jackets. Now let's see if I left enough room here to hook it up to the radio. This should do a better job. So let's pull this down. We'll go back to 20 meters here for a little bit. Oh, but I do love this. This is awesome. I really love this clip. It just tightens down much better. That's one of my criticisms of the original bipod, this one from Elecraft, is I don't know why sometimes it was hard to get these to really kind of crank down and hold the antenna. So this is a excellent design. K6ARK, I'm not surprised if he's the guy who did it or Mike. Both of them are excellent designers. Okay. Let's see if we can turn this back on. Turn off the ATU. Somebody has moved on to my frequency. Whoops, sorry. I'm trying. We'll try it a little lower. He's just not hearing me today, so I'm going to move away and find a nice clear spot here. 45. Let's try 54.5. So we have a lot more effective antenna in a lot of ways. They're a half kilohertz away from me. Yeah, they're a half kilohertz away from me, so I'll do that. You know what? I'm going to move a little further away from them. I happen to think if they don't have, I didn't hear who that was, and in case they don't have a good, filtering on their radio, I don't want to be in their way there. Let's listen here for a second. Okay, I'm going to spot myself too, just to save a little time. I just think that 20 meters is not in great shape, but for whatever reason, Jim's getting like a killer signal out. The fact I'm seeing some of these stations, like in Manitoba and stuff, running on 40 meters tells me that 20 meters is really not in wonderful shape. But with this 20 meter infrared half wave, oh! We always give greetings to our dogs. You sound like you're in the park with me. Oh, there we go. All of a sudden, all these strong stations in the Midwest I'm hearing. You can tell how the band's changed a little bit. That's good. Here we go. You sound great, Mike. Wow. Oh, that's somebody off the side of me. Okay, wait. Okay. Sorry about that. Got a little distracted on the side. Okay, wait. See how many I've got right now. I may do one more thing. Go slow going at first, but see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, gotcha. Good to get you in the logs. Okay, let's move up to the 17 meter band really quickly. I'm going to call CQ just a little bit, and then I'm going to have to use my ATU. Okay, I don't like those massive ants. There we go. Well, I say I don't like them. I just don't want them. That should be able to get a match. Yeah. Since I had a few people writing saying, just on the spot, saying they were trying to work me, I'm going to go ahead and call here for like 3 or 4 minutes. That's it. And then I'll call QRT and we'll be done. Because I think I got my 10 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got 2 others on the other page. And those were all on 20 meters. That's correct. So I'll put 17 meters just in case I do work somebody here. And let me spot myself so I don't have to wait for the RBN to pick me up. Unless it's already done it. Nope, not yet. That's 18088.5. Now it has it there. I've seen this before where it's put it in. Oh, now I got spotted on the ribbon almost immediately. So with the 10 dB signal. Whoa! Okay, that was a nice breeze. Okay, let's put this out here so that won't happen again. Oh, but you know what? The breeze felt great. So I'm not going to complain. What is making that noise? It'd be nice to work one station at least. So, in general here, we'll just kind of wrap it up as I'm calling CQ. Yeah, it made for a little bit longer activation. We've been working at it for an hour now, and we got our 11 contacts. But there's some really nice DX in there, too. I appreciate SM2SUM taking the time to hunt me and work me there. And, yeah, very pleased with this. Actually got Mike out in Washington. I don't know how I always am able to get him, but that's fantastic. But you can see the band's changing a lot, and it's just kind of weird. Now, do I think I improved the conditions by putting on an infed half wave, yeah, I think today that probably made a difference over the AX1. I think if we would have had moderate conditions, just normal conditions, the AX1 would have been fine. I would have been able to complete my activation. I could have completed my activation with the AX1, but I just don't have the time today to do it. Right now I'm on borrowed time. My wife and I are heading to Southport for the day, and it's already like almost 2 o'clock. Haven't had lunch yet, so this is my last call. There's nobody there to answer that, which I figured. Anyway, I am happy. Let me take pictures of my logs here. So I've got that one, and then the other side. I don't know if you can hear all the insects here. Some of my friends in the UK and in Europe that write sometimes tell me they enjoy hearing all the insect sounds. And it's true. You know, I was just telling my daughters the other day when we lived in Surrey in the UK, you know, you didn't hear a lot of insects. You did hear some, but not many insects. However, we also didn't have all the mosquitoes and things. You'd get midges and stuff like that, but they weren't really a big deal. We didn't have to have screens on our windows. Here, where we live in the US, you really need to have screens on your windows, unless you fully intend to just have insects inside your house all the time, especially in the summer. Yeah, it's kind of required here. And we've had friends come to visit us from Europe, and they step outside our house like on a July night, and it sounds like, you know, it sounds like you're in the middle of the jungle. There's so many insect sounds, and I absolutely love that. Some people find it disconcerting. I've always loved that. I grew up around cicadas and katydids and crickets and just all kinds of things that make noise in the night, and so I love it. I find it really soothing for going to sleep, so I kind of love that stuff. Here we go. Put you back in here. Yes, I'm going to get something nicer to keep all this in, but for right now on this trip I'm just using my little bag here. Let's put up the KX2. You did a good job today. You did a good job working on things despite the conditions. Not your fault. And we got our activation done, so I'm a happy guy. Yeah, and you know what? Even if we wouldn't have gotten a valid activation, I would have still been fine with that. I mean, it's not a big deal. Still submit my logs, still do all the same stuff I always do. I just, I prefer to get a completed activation. But you always turn in your logs, even if you don't get a complete activation, because that helps the hunters that are out there. Okay, pick up my mosquito repellent now too. I should zip that up after I did that. Put this in here. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. I got a lot of camera gear and stuff I carry with me. Not that my cameras are huge, but I need like extra batteries and things like that. There we go. Okay. Wipe the sweat off a little bit. Need to put my chair back in there. I was using it to hold down the tablecloth. Let's pick up the thermocell. Turn this guy off. There we go. This is a piece of genius here. Love it. Okay, let's see. I'll go ahead and remove the weight off of this guy. And I'll do it so that it'll give me the flexibility to pull down the antenna as I wish. And my lovely wife, while I was sitting there operating, went around and picked up all the trash and threw it away for me. Very sweet of her. She knows that I would be doing that before I left. She's the same way. She's made like me, though. We both like to take care of our public lands, and in fact, all of our lands. I don't like trash anywhere. Let's go ahead and put up the antenna. The 20 meter infed halfway is such a nice size. It's not very big, works really well. And And with the KX2, I can use it all the way down to 40 meters pretty easily. Not much problems. These branches are really thick, which is the reason I have to kind of give it a nice tug sometimes. There we go. I'll just put it on this side too. Some of the throw lines getting caught on stuff on the ground, and that's what's making it put a little bit of tension on it. There we go. And pull that, and it's done. And let's see if I can find my Velcro strap. That's always the question. Can I find that? Put it in here. Yes, I did. And I know how I run it on my end-fed half wave. Push it through here and around. Thank you all for sticking it out with me today. This is a beautiful site. If you're ever anywhere near Wilmington or Southport, North Carolina, I encourage you to come by here, check it out. Super friendly park staff, very POTA friendly people in general. Oh, yeah, let's put up the feed line now. There we go. There we go. People ask about winding this up and they say, you know, isn't that too tight of a radius for the RG316? Yeah, it'll last longer if you put it in a much bigger winding, but out of convenience I do this. This one has been with me now for almost 2 years maybe, and it seems to be doing fine. Haven't had any issues with it, still checks out. So strong stuff, but cable is very much a consumable thing in the world of radio, so you're going to end up replacing it anyway someday. Now let's roll this guy up here. You know what? I'm going to take a picture. I always forget to take pictures of my throw line, but that's actually a really important part of my kit. So even though my shadow is getting in the way of anything I want to take a picture of here, but that's all right. Okay. How many other YouTubers do you watch that you actually get to see them take the photos that go into their field report on their website, and you see them do it in the video itself? Not many. Most people are a little smarter than that. This is caught on the stick over there, but I can pull it through. This line needs a little bit of work too. I need to replace this one eventually. I've had this particular line for probably 4 years, something like that. So it's served me very well. I can't tell you how many activations I've done with it, but a ton. Okay, carpenter ants, I see you. Just don't go up my trouser leg, please. Okay. And you're not coming home with me. We got plenty back where I'm from, too. There we go. All set to go now. Excellent. Excellent. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much to my Patreon and Coffee Fund supporters. You keep this channel going. I wouldn't be doing nearly as many activations and things if I didn't have your support. So it makes all this possible. It is funding my daughter's residential programs at 2 different universities this weekend. That's what Patreon helps me do. First of all, I think I always tell people, first and foremost, I pay for my website. So I pay for QRPer.com, the SW Welling Post, and the Shortwave Radio Audio Archive. And I also use money to pay for review things and just all the stuff that costs in order to do reviews and run a website. anything left over goes into our family kind of fund money. And this helped pay for my daughters to go through their residential programs at 2 different universities, which is not cheap to do this summer, so they could explore those universities and see if they're ones they want to go to next year as freshmen. And also our trip here and our accommodation and everything. So thank you so very much. I'm so grateful, and my family's grateful too, which makes them happy for me to go out and do these activations and come along with me. So anyway, thank you so much. And here's wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Take care of one another out there, because all we got on this planet is each other. Until next time, 7 twos.